Hello, I'm SJ and this is Infinite Fire Readings. Thank you so much for being here. I assist with manifesting and I do card readings as well to assist with this topic. Yeah, that is what I do. I'm just going to silence my phone from buzzing as well. Okay, cool. Getting a lot of nice messages, which is always good, though I'm here to do the reading. I today wanted to talk about the difference between affirming in vain, so affirming with no result, and pointless affirmations which don't assist you, and affirming successfully, affirming in a way that is manifesting, that is creating, that is going to assist you. So that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to read from, again, The Wealth Mindset, by Neville Goddard as well to help with this topic. So we'll jump straight on in. It's page 52 of this little gem of a read. It's from part 3, Sound Investments as well. I think that's my favorite part of the book itself. So he states, when a man learns the art of thinking from the end, that man is master of his fate. For he defines his end, he formulates an aim in life, and then he feels himself right into the situation of that end. So he thinks from it instead of thinking of it. That last part in particular, living in the end, affirming with actualized results. He thinks from it instead of thinking of it. So to jump straight on into this concept, if you're affirming, I'm not going to use money. I've used that in my last few videos. It's just something I'm focusing on manifesting at the moment. So in a different way, I do get money though. Yeah, I want to increase it. So that's my journey. However, let's look at SP. I don't know. No, let's look at like traveling. Let's look at traveling. Traveling's a good one. So again, any topic you can apply. I'm just picking an example here. So say you want to live, I don't know, or you want to travel to Europe. There we go. Or if you're in Europe, you want to travel to America or Australia, or wherever. You want to travel somewhere in particular. It doesn't matter where. It's a random example. So, and you're affirming, I traveled to Australia. I traveled to Australia. I traveled to Australia. I'm just picking Australia because why not? And you're thinking of it like, oh, yeah, I traveled to Australia. I traveled to Australia. I traveled to Australia. I don't know, this is kind of a weird example. Like you're thinking of it not like it's going to happen though, like just that it would be nice or isn't that nice or, oh, that's a nice thought kind of thing. Or I traveled to Australia, I traveled to Australia, I traveled to Australia. Like you're thinking of the topic. That's better. You're thinking of the topic, but you're not really thinking from it. So when you're like, I traveled to Australia, I traveled to Australia, I traveled to Australia, you know that you're traveling to Australia. You're affirming that because you know in the depths of your core that you are fucking traveling to Australia. You are going to travel to Australia. So that certainty, that yes, is living from the end. It's living from the state. If you're kind of like, I travel to Australia, 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 or whatever it is you're doing, and you're just thinking of it and you're not really feeling yourself in that end result, that is what I believe Neville was describing as affirming in vain. However, I still think that persistence is important. So if that's what it's taking you to get there, and that's definitely your end goal, you're doing it right. Though, if you're affirming, but you're like, oh, but I don't know if it's really going to happen, and I don't know if this really works. Like that's not thinking from the state. That's thinking of the state. So thinking from the state is going, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm going to travel to Australia. I'm already in Australia. Some way, somehow, I'm already in Australia. I've done a video on some way, somehow. I might link it here. So that's the difference of being in the state fulfilled versus just thinking of the state. So you've got to start somewhere though, right? So I don't really think it's inherently bad if you've been like, well, this is what I want, this is what I want. And now you're going, oh, like maybe I'm not really living from, I'm sort of thinking of. Cool. Now you know. Now you can apply the thinking from state so that you can be there, so that you can, when you're going out and talking to people, you're like, yep, I'm going to go to Australia, this, that, and the other. You'll be surprised. They'll start to help you. They'll start to help you process it. And I don't think there's anything wrong either with saying, you know, I haven't yet got my tickets. I haven't yet booked in the flight, and talking about it, because as long as you're like, I'm going, talking about all the obstacles, you'll be amazed. People will open up doorways and go, oh, well, I actually have a way around that for you. I think it's healthy to talk about the obstacles that we perceive in the process of getting to our manifestation, because those obstacles have to be cleared. And if we deny them, if we're not admitting them, they're just sitting in the limbo, not coming out and being revealed so they can be cleared. So you've either got to clear them yourself or use everyone as you pushed out to announce it and understand that everyone helps me get where I want, everyone supports me. Of course, doors are opening for me. I'm going to be in Australia. I already am in Australia. I'm already there, whatever. And I am, so amazing. Silly example. But that is what I wanted to talk about. In terms of thinking of rather than thinking from. So again, you can do it with money, you know, if you're like, I earn $1,000 a day, I earn $1,000 a day. I like to jump to that one too. It's a fun one. I like that affirmation. Yeah, if you're like, oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. You're not living from, you're thinking of. So you go, I am earning it. I don't know how, but I am, if that's a way of resistance, removing resistance as well. So you're thinking from that state, you know, you're trusting that it will happen, that it will unfold. It's going to happen. It's going to unfold. You're going to make it happen. Somehow, some way, yeah? So see the difference? The difference is that certainty. It's that confidence. From versus of. So I wanted to, describe that and explain. So if you are doing your affirmations and you're going, well, why hasn't it come into effect yet? Why isn't it working yet? You've got to remember, it's not saying, you know, I have $1,000 a day that manifests. You manifest. Your state and belief manifests. All the affirmation does is keep you in alignment with the state. So if you are wanting to manifest $1,000 a day of travel, you're not going to affirm, I'm stuck here in the same situation forever, because that is off track, right? You're wanting to affirm that you do have what you want, that it is coming in, that it's a definite that it's coming in, because that gives you confidence and it gives you that certainty. And that certainty is powerful. Certainty is powerful because it completely dismisses resistance. A quote by Richard Bach comes into effect here. Maybe I'll do another video on it though. He says, one way to pick a future is to believe it's inevitable. So this is where this applies as well. Don't just think of it, think from it. I'm already there. I'm already that person. I'm already in that position. I'm just creating it now. I'm just following the pathway until I'm literally physically in that position. But I know that I'm there and I know it's unfolding and I know it's going to happen for me. And I'm going to persist through the resistance as well and persist through all the other things that I don't think are going to make it possible. I am there. I am earning this. It is that way. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. It's true. You can be grumpy and do it. You might be angry, but like, you know what? I'm still there. I'm still traveling there. I'm still whatever. That's not what's important. What's important is the belief, the feeling of the belief, the feeling of the assumption within, the living from rather than thinking of. It's not separate from self. It's part of self. It's part of your identity. Make it part of your identity, and then it becomes, become, be, live. You get it. You can break down all those words. It's fun. That's my ramble. Again, I'm still learning and growing, as you can probably hear and tell. So it was something I wanted to talk about and touch on. Definitely would love to hear your thoughts and comments and insights as well, your own experiences with this. yeah, it definitely assists me with my own growth as well. And yeah, other topics as well, other than the minimal topics I've been putting out there. So yeah, feel free to comment below. Please like, subscribe as well. Check out Patreon. And yeah, have a wonderful space time wherever you are. I'll catch you in your next video reading. Bye.